Hello, this is just another taxpayer taking care of some chores, and I wanted to do a part 2 of my last video, whether financial assistance is actually good or bad for society as a whole. And I do believe in the end we will find out that financial assistance or the abuse of it is detrimental to society. Now, I am not talking about the people who actually need our help due to, old age, or, because we need to take care of our elders and whatnot. And I'm not talking about the people who just truly need help. I am talking about that growing large segment of our population who gets financial assistance through lies, who gets on Social Security through lies, and due to the lack of diligence from our country's government, they're able to get these benefits at the expense of us, the working taxpayers. There needs to be a repercussion for your bad mistakes in life, and it should not be my responsibility to pay for your bad judgment through life. For example, if you're a heroin addict and you just can't afford to pay your bills, it's not my responsibility or any other working taxpayer to help you because you made bad decisions in life, even if you're cleaning up your act. Let's take the banks, for example. The whole mortgage debacle where the banks are bailed out. First of all, to oversimplify it, they gambled with that money in investments. Those investments, just like Las Vegas, failed. And our government deemed the banks too big to fail because they would affect us, the world economy as a whole. So they were rewarded with what I call it a reward via what they call bailouts. A bailout is where they tell the Federal Reserve to print a bunch of money, which is considered a loan, which must be paid back by whom? The taxpayers via higher taxes. And that money was given to the banks. They did not learn their lesson. They were rewarded, in my estimation, and they're doing the same thing right now. It's no different than people. When you make a bad decision in life, drugs, or you decided, hey, you wanted to get tattoos all over your face and no one will hire you, whatever it is, you cannot reward those people for their ill decisions. They can't get a job. So give them welfare and food stamps and then take away all initiative to get a job? Take away all their initiative to get an education? Why do I need an education? Hell, I'm getting a freaking check or two every month. I got one coming in for welfare. I got one coming in for, my EBT card. Shoot, I got free medical insurance now. Hey, Obama's handing out cell phones. Yeah. Where's the initiative for you to go and improve? If you get everything you want in life for free. About 5 years ago, 10 years ago maybe, I think it was about 10 years ago, there was some legislation put forth, and it was shot down immensely. The news media outlets, whom I hate, and everybody jumped on top of this senator or congressman, I forgot his name. What he wanted to do is, if you were on welfare, limit the amount of children you can have. And all the communist news stations, CNN, MSNBC, oh, it's people's right to have children. Oh man, tell you something. A constitutional right is a privilege as long as it doesn't affect another person's right. Your right to free speech does not affect my rights, does not take away from them. A right that you have or claim to have, in order for it to be a legitimate right, it must not intrude on another person's right. Sorry about the harsh lighting. Let me hold my hand up here. Now you got people going on welfare. Well, before they go on welfare, let's just say this. They know they're poor and can't afford to survive. Let's say they don't have welfare. So they make the decision of having a child. Oh, it's my right. Well, welfare, because of my poor decision, it's the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my child. Thank you. Oh, I want another child. It's my right. It's my right to have as many children as I want. You, the taxpayer, need to take care of that also. You got millions upon millions of people like this. And I'm not talking about even mature women are doing this. I'm talking about 18, 19, 20-year-olds are doing this. 21-year-olds. More than capable of working. I don't want to regurgitate what my other video was, but when you give somebody, at the end, let's just say government today said we're going to give everybody a minimum wage. You don't have to get up out of bed or nothing. We're giving you a minimum wage. What do you think would happen to society? Do you think the next generation would produce as many doctors and scientists as the previous years? I don't think so. It's always comical when I see a news report. For example, those 4 African American people, I think they were from Chicago, who kidnapped a disabled man, tied him up, and tortured him and forced him to say anti-Trump stuff while they streamed it live on YouTube. And I look at that and other news reports of similar evil, and I can look at them and tell they're either all 4 of them were on welfare, or they were brought up in a welfare household. I can guarantee you that. But our government, they don't care. And I really don't believe our government is handing out these free benefits for the benefit of these people. Just like a drug dealer, I really honestly believe they're trying to create dependency. They're trying to create a stupid society to maintain control over the population. How do you control? You can't really control an educated population, but you control a dumbed down population. And what can you do with a dumbed down population? You can turn them into slaves, pretty much. There should be more government control over financial assistance, welfare, EBT cards. And again, I'll repeat myself, I'm not talking about those people who truly need it, because those people are now outweighed by the folks who don't really need it any longer. They truly are. There's more people leeching off the system than the ones that actually deserve and need it. Now there's not enough monetary resources to cover the people who truly need it anymore. So what are some of the controls that they can do? I believe is when you're on welfare, while you're on welfare, you cannot have any more children. Oh, it is your right to have it? Okay. However, if you have any children while you're on welfare, we will not increase your financial assistance, your benefits in any way, shape, or form. That is not the taxpayer's responsibility. Furthermore, if you or any of your children commit a crime, we will cut off your government financial assistance, all of it. What would that do? That would make them better parents. You know, I often, when I see these news reports, X person busted for vandalism or whatever the crime is, I look at them and I can see again that these people are either on welfare or grew up in a welfare home. I often say to myself, my wife laughs, I'll shout at the TV, don't forget to cut off their welfare benefits as they're being sentenced to jail, you know, sentenced to prison or whatnot. And I wonder if that actually is occurring, you know. We should tighten down on handing out free money. Help is an addictive drug. People come dependent on it like heroin. They breed other folks who become addicted to that drug. Anyway, folks, let me let you go. I'm heading into work. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Subscribe. Take care.